Everybody, welcome back. It's been a hot minute since I've done a video. In this one, we are going to be talking about Undecember Act 7 Final Boss, Archbishop Magis. I actually will go through the fight a little bit. I thought this fight was going to be super easy, and then I struggled a little bit because I think I got a little bit cocky. But anyway, we'll walk through that. Might do a video in the future on what's been going on the last couple weeks. We'll see. But right now, let's just focus on this fight. Okay, so this fight is a lot of movement. That was the one thing when I just started, and this video is older. I've done this a while. My build is very different. But you know, I recorded a lot of these with the intention of going back and doing them. So you can see a lot of flame elements all over the place. So you want flame resist, obviously. If you can get it, sometimes you can't get that while leveling up. I wouldn't stress about that too much. It does make these fights easier, but with a little patience, I think you're going to be able to get through it just fine. So as you're going through these early stages, and this was my first attempt, which I thought I had fine, and I sort of regret not rezzing. Spoiler. I wanted to show some of these mechanics in the fight. So you see a lot of these slow moving fireballs. That's not a big deal at all. Those are easy to get out of the way of. There's obviously fire that lands on the ground. There's two spears he throws, or two different types of spear sets that he throws. One's that three, like the pendant, or the trident rather, formation, triangular formation. And then he's got one that's just one. Those you want to make sure you don't get hit by. Duh. So the biggest thing I'm going to tell you in that mechanic right there looked like not a big deal, but it is. But I want to finish this, the pendant thought. The biggest thing you're going to want to always be doing in this fight is moving. Melee in this fight, I would think would be a little bit harder because of the mechanic that I was just have there. This mechanic, you basically need to be able to do two evades or move techniques that you're using back to back. I use teleport. So, you know, in this one, you'll see like when he goes to the center here and then starts like, basically you see he goes to the center, that wave sucks you in. I was like out at the end and then teleported out. There's going to be some other attempts here that I'm going to show you where I thought like I did the exact same thing and he sucks you in the middle and then you cannot get out because now you don't have all your move skills that you want to be able to get away from him. And then when he explodes, you're dead. You're dead. You're gone. Forget about it. So that particular move, you always want to make sure to save your move skills for, so you can get away. Again, you're seeing him swing. He teleports towards you, swings, which is why there was the big spear that he throws. You just always want to be moving. That's the biggest thing in this fight. And then again, he's placing fire on the ground. There's a little flame in front of him in a cone shaped. Again, a cone shaped. I'm just constantly trying to move that, again, teleporting, swirling around, swirling, kind of a whirlwind. See, now I teleported and I was done. Boink. That was it. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm going to watch that so you can see that again. And now he doesn't teleport in the middle. He teleported to me. Now I thought I was out of it there again. So you can, this is probably in my mind the hardest part of the fight, and it shouldn't be that hard. I teleported. Now I was dumb there. You can see I started shooting back at him. That's just stupid. Like, just, what are you doing? So that was my own fault there, but I also didn't realize he was getting ready to do that because I thought it was in the middle. So those are some of the main mechanics. I'm going to show you some of my other parts of the fight where I just kind of illustrate some of the main aspects. This part here, I want you to show that just sometimes you will have a dot on you from some of the fire. You can see I got hit there and it just ticks down. So make sure that you're paying attention to that. You can see that while the debuff, it's interesting here. So I don't have anything on me. Now I do. Now I've got it on me. 2, 1, doink. And it was technically off me and I still was taking damage. So you could see the animation of the timer might have not been exactly lined up there. But always make sure that you're keeping an eye on that. If your health does start drop significantly, consider using one of your pots. Now on this particular fight, you can see that I forgot I need to put my mana pot in there. Make sure you always have those on. There's again, perfect example of what happens. You get a dot on you with that flame, hurts. He does have a rain down, or like a fire rain that comes down that you'll see. I don't think this is it's right here. That's not a very difficult mechanic to sort of get out of the way of and then just stay off of those flame spots on the ground. He has a swirling flame that he goes around him and moves towards you. Again, I don't think that's very difficult to stay away from. I could see this fight, again, like I mentioned earlier, being a serious pain for melee, which is why I had that video that says melee stinks. So the spears that I was talking about earlier, where he has the one where it's the 3, and then there's the one that's solo. It's one of those things where I think just like you can tell, like I was moving pretty decently here, so there is not a lot of forgiveness. Now you might be able to see the animation of it and move better when you have them on screen. You can see I am just so far away that I'm not seeing any of that. But here you can, I mean, I paused for 1,000, 2,000, you know, and I was done, just done. So clearly he was tracking me or whatever at that point, and then threw this, his spear at me. So that thing, you just move. I want to show another one of those turns that I had where when he sucks in and kind of pulls you into the vortex with the flame around here. So he'll start doing it here. You can see I'm like, see again, I thought I was out and then I ran out. So it's just, you got to be really good and smart with those. Use them at the right timing. I mean, you could see I was right at the edge there, and I probably didn't think I need to use another one, but better be safe than sorry. When he does throw those pendants there, you can see sometimes he does have that flame on the ground as well for a little bit. It's not long, but something to stay out of as well. There's that big one again. And I'll see how long I stayed still there, but... Okay, so I was constantly moving, but I was still in the same line. So that is something that, again, just got to be wise about. I want to show you how unforgiving some of those flame hits are. So you see I dodged that one there. I did get hit by that one. By one. Just one. And then done. So, you know, you got to really make sure you avoid those. Ready for another vortex? Because this was really the thing that was like just driving me nuts during this fight more than anything. So here he goes. And I'm like, get out. Nope. Just kidding. Dead again. Re-emphasizing the fact that one of these fireballs can kill you. Hit. Tick, 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 tick. Boom. Dead. Now, when he does do this teleport, sometimes when it's not going right, you can still find a way to get out. So that was close. You have till that, and the reason I wanted to show that one is because you literally have that till that last second when he jumps up in the air and slams it, that you can get out. Now, I ended up dying from something much simpler here, but I looked like I ran through some fire. We still pretty close to him. And then again, keep your distance, because if you're not, everything kills you, and that's exactly what his whirlwind killed me immediately. So this is the actual attempt that I win on. I like to show those full attempts in here. I might give some minor commentary as I go along here. But you'll see a lot of the things that I ended up talking about where I'm constantly moving, trying to make sure that I'm really good about the teleports at the right time. Just distance for me is a big thing. So I'm always trying to move. There's that rain of fire from the sky that, again, I don't think is very difficult. Anytime he teleports, always trying to stay away from him. These slow balls are, they're just annoying more than anything because they're so slow and you've got all this other stuff. And you can see, I stepped on some flames. So you can see right there, I got out of that one pretty easily. I was lucky to already be at the edge. And that was the first one he did. Sometimes, you know, if you can get lucky to not have too many of those, you know, it's not a big deal. Sometimes I had it where it was just back to back and just, or it felt back to back. I mean, maybe it wasn't, but it definitely felt that way. The zen of grabbing cobwebs. That's how long it's been since I shot a video. There's that big spear again. It can be very easy to dodge if I'm just, you know, you're paying attention. You're good. Just move, move, move. No, blank. Again, that was close. I had some flames on me too. You can see the ground starts to get a little bit more congested here a little bit later in the fight. Not bad. Way more fights in this game that are much, much more congested than this one. I'm trying to play it a little bit safer. So I know, and I mentioned this in a multitude of my videos. I don't like using res scrolls. You need them for really end game stuff where you're running through maps. I luckily dodged that. If you didn't see, I have a dodge build, so sometimes RNG can be on my side, and definitely is a friend. And that was one of those cases. Now, again, I was already on the outside. I'm taking some heavy flame damage there, but it wasn't enough to take me out. And it's funny because you literally can avoid that thing so easily sometimes. It's just nuts. And then it should just be wrapped up. You're pretty quick. I try not to get too cocky. Oh. Yep. Again, like just right at the end there. That could have been all it took and then done. Now granted, again, with that little bit of health. Oof. Again, I'm trying to be very cautious. And there you go. So Archbishop Magis. So, you know, this wasn't one that I thought I was going to shoot a video on per se, but it did end up having its moments where it was a little bit hard. I wanted to shoot a video on it because I just, you know, like, you know what? Somebody might struggle with these. I'm still liking the gaming end game. It's exactly what you expect for a dungeon crawler. The actual aspects of paying money to it, they're good about getting you to a certain point where you're like, you might want a convenience storage spot or something like that. So, but again, it's choice. You don't have to have it. So that's all I got for now. Appreciate you making this far. If you want to hammer down like buttons, click notification bells, all that sort of thing, appreciate it. Until next time, hope you have a wonderful day.